Everyone, welcome to my channel. My channel focuses on beauty and plastic surgery, and in today's video, I'll be talking about possible plastic surgeries that Janhvi Kapoor may have undergone. Keep in mind that this is just my perspective, based on my knowledge in plastic and cosmetic surgeries. This is not a confirmation since I'm not a plastic surgeon. It's simply an analysis based on the evidence I can see on her before and after photos. I also want to make a request. Please refrain from posting hateful and negative comments on her social media, just because she has made personal choices about her appearance. Everyone has the right to make decisions about their own bodies, and there's no reason why anyone's choice to undergo plastic surgery should be a matter of criticism. With that being said, let's take a look at Janhvi's transformation. Janhvi Kapoor is a popular Indian actress, particularly admired by the younger generation. Janhvi was born on 6th of March 1997 into one of the prominent Kapoor families of Bollywood. Her father Bonnie Kapoor is a well-known producer and an actor who works predominantly in Bollywood, and her late mother Sridevi was the legendary actress in Bollywood. Sridevi was known for her unmatched beauty and incredible talent. Her solid fan base was spread all over India. Growing up in the spotlight, Janhvi has openly acknowledged the advantages of having access to the opportunities through her family, and also has spoken about the challenges that come with being constantly compared to her famous parents. Janhvi lost her mother when she was only 20 years old, which must have been really difficult. Janhvi made her film debut in Dharak at the age of 21 and has since starred in over 15 movies, including Gunjan Saxena, The Kargil Girl, Ruhi, Mr. and Mrs. Mahi, and Ulas. Janhvi is also rumored to be dating Shikhar Paharia, the son of business tycoon Sanjay Paharia. She has been dropping hints on social media, wearing a personalized necklace with his name or a t-shirt with his photos. I think she is very cute and has a really good sense of humor and is bold at the same time. Now, let's look at her physical transformation. Janhvi Kapoor in her early years resembled her mother Sridevi a lot, especially before undergoing any major cosmetic procedures. Sridevi's plastic surgery transformation is well known in India. If you look at their childhood photos side by side, the resemblance is striking. It's clear that Sridevi's genes are very dominant in Janhvi's features. Janhvi grew up under intense media scrutiny, and we have watched her grow and evolve in front of the public eye, attending countless events with her parents and appearing in numerous photos. As a young woman, Janhvi had an oblong-shaped face with flawless skin. The first thing you notice on her face is her nose. She had her mom's nose. Her nose was wide and bulbous, which looked very much similar to Sridevi's nose before surgery. It appears like she had a concave nose bridge with a thick skin. She lacked a tip definition and her alar base was wider than the intercanthal space. Like her mother, Janhvi has some of the most stunning eyes in the industry. Sridevi was well known for her rounder face and big deep-set eyes, which were very expressive. I noticed that Sridevi used to wear contact lenses most of the time. It looks like though Janhvi has asymmetric eyes. Seems like she has mild ptosis to her left upper eyelid. The one feature she seemed to have inherited from her father is her strong chin and jaw, which gives her face a distinct structure, unlike her mom, who had a shorter and weaker chin. She is blessed with thick, luscious dark hair. She has mentioned in her interview how her mom used to give her regular oil massages every 2 days. Additionally, I can also see that she had an uneven hairline with a lot of baby hairs. Even her facial hair and sideburns were noticeably thicker. Much like her mother, Janhvi also has a lot of soft tissue on her face that gives her a very youthful look. Like many of us, she doesn't fit the golden ratio of facial aesthetics. The golden ratio only serves as a guide to measure aesthetic beauty. I have explained in my last video how to take the measurement as per the golden ratio. This ratio helps measure facial symmetry. Most people usually score 4 to 5. Even the people who have been mathematically proven to be the most symmetric haven't scored a perfect 10. In many interviews, Janhvi has discussed her intense exercise regime. In my opinion, Janhvi is someone who can put on weight very easily. It's interesting to see that when she puts on weight, she accumulates facial fat first. And it is completely natural. Now, let's decode the possible surgeries Janhvi might have undergone to achieve her perfect look. Rhinoplasty or no job? I think Janhvi's surgical journey began in 2015 when she was just 18 years old. Her obvious rhinoplasty or no job was likely done around mid 2015. This is one of the most beautiful rhinoplasty I have ever seen. This work itself is an art at its best. This rhinoplasty significantly transferred her overall appearance, enhancing the balance of her oblong face. It wasn't a subtle ethnic rhinoplasty, but rather a striking refinement. There has been speculation that her surgeon could be Dr. Ras Kanodia from Beverly Hills, although this has not been confirmed yet. In her early days following the procedure, her nose still appeared swollen. The makeup here too has helped soften the look. There aren't many photos available during this time of recovery. Fast forward almost a year post surgery, and the transformation is even more evident, and she looks stunning. Janvi's new nose is now much slimmer. The breeze height had been increased with grabs. The tip is also slightly upturned, giving it a more delicate and a feminine appearance. I can also see an LR base reduction, also known as LR plasty. This procedure alters the size and shape of the nostrils by removing a wedge of tissue and suturing the nostrils back together to create a smaller, narrower nostrils. There is no more bulbosity to her nose. The focus is now shifted to the most captivating feature of her face, her eyes. She has ditched that heavy eyeliner look on her eyes and gone for a softer, more natural look with darker, fuller eyebrows. This frames her eyes and accentuates her beauty even further. The only drawback is her philtrum, which is the space between her nose and her lips. It appears longer. This is due to the upturned nose tip. However, as the nose continues to heal, the tip may settle and drop more. Skincare. I notice her skin looks absolutely flawless and seems lighter too. It's common for people from South Asia to experience changes in skin tone, as they can tan and lighten relatively easily. And while her skin was already great, it's clear that her overall texture and quality have improved significantly. This could be the result of medical grade skin treatments and possibly the use of glutathione as well. Glutathione is a powerful antioxidant with anti-melanogenic properties. It is believed to help with lightening the pigmentation. It can be taken orally, parenterally, which is intravenous, or topically in forms of face mask, creams, etc. However, there is ongoing research and debate about the safety of intravenous glutathione, so it's essential to seek professional medical advice before considering this option. And of course, always do your own research. Let's not forget the basics. A healthy lifestyle plays a huge role in maintaining great skin. She probably is having a balanced diet and staying well hydrated. A regular workout also helps to maintain a healthy skin. I also noticed that she's been losing some weight, and it's really giving a beautiful definition to her lower face. This change beautifully highlights her underlying bone structure. Even her OG curve appears more pronounced. You can see that she has a relatively straight chin. While it's not recessed, it does lack a bit of projection. Regardless, she looks absolutely stunning here. Her flawless skin provides the perfect canvas for her makeup to shine. Dermal fillers and neurotoxins. It seems that Janhvi started experimenting with dermal fillers around mid 2017. Her lips display clear signs of lip fillers, such as noticeable puncture marks, soiling, and a significant projection to her upper lip. Her skin again looks flawless here. Additionally, it appears like she had a brow lift with Botox, which is a neurotoxin. The effects of a Botox brow lift typically take about 7 to 10 days to become noticeable. And you can see how much higher her brows sit now after a month. Her upper lip also appears more prominent, and her skin lightening is more evident too. I believe this was all in preparation for her debut movie Dhadak. She started shooting for the movie at the end of the year in December. Fast forward to 2018, nearly a year after her initial fillers, it seems she may have undergone overboard. Her lips have taken on what's often referred to as duck lips, with excessive protrusion. This overfilling has resulted in a filler mustache, which is a shadowy effect caused by too much volume in the area. If you compare her older photos, Her top lip used to curl inwards and almost disappear when she smiled. That's no longer the case. It's possible she also had a Botox lip flip. The procedure works by relaxing the muscles around the upper lip, causing it to subtly flip outwards, giving an appearance of fuller, plumper lips. Additionally, it can also help prevent the upper lip from thinning or disappearing when she smiles. By the end of the year, I can see that she has had fillers applied to her lateral areas of her cheeks as well. She might have had some fillers under her eyes too. This has created a beautifully sculpted and lifted appearance to her mid-face region. It's likely she had fillers to her chin for some projection as well. Now 2019, she's still continuing with her dermal fillers and neurotoxins. It looks like she has been using some sort of dye around her baby hair while taking photos to create an illusion of a rounder forehead. With her bony structure as well as fat distribution from weight fluctuations, at times I see a bottom heavy face. Lip implant. It seems like Janhvi might have also gotten a lip implant. If you look at her most recent photos, you can see how the ongoing fillers and the lip implant make her upper lip bulge out, especially when she's smiling. Hairline correction. This really isn't a surgery, but I wanted to point out since it plays a big role in changing the shape of her face. You can see Janhvi's naturally high M-shaped hairline here. This is congenital and not from the hair loss, but it can get worse with time due to constant traction, hair loss, etc. It doesn't look like she had a hair transplant. There is no conclusive evidence to suggest that PRP or other non-surgical therapy are effective to grow hair where there has never been any hair follicle before. Most of the time, she used to wear her hair in a way that would cover her hairline. Also, I noticed she has been wearing frontal wigs to give an illusion of a lower hairline. This helps to make her face appear smaller. It is in fact a clever attempt to hide her high hairline. Her baby hairs too help a lot to hide this asymmetry, but I noticed that she's been trying to get rid of them. You can see her forehead appears to be different sizes in various photos. In the most recent photos, you can see her hairline is still the same as before. Brow lift plus possible ptosis repair. I don't think Janhvi ever had an upper blepharoplasty, but it is just my opinion. Blepharoplasty is a procedure where the surgeon removes excess skin or even fat tissue from the eyelids to open up the eyes. Janhvi's eyes are one of her most beautiful features, which she clearly inherited from her mother. I don't think she would want to change them. In fact, in an interview she mentioned she would never even cut her hair for a movie because her mother was strongly against it. It seems she deeply respects her mother's opinions, but this is not the only reason. Janhvi didn't have thick eyebrows to begin with. They sat naturally high though. Also, she didn't have much of an arc to her natural brows. I see that she used to draw her brows religiously at times. Her left eyebrow, you're right when you look at the photo, sits lower than the other. She has some waving as well to the inner corner of this left eye. You're right. It seems like there is also a slight ptosis, and the shape and size differ from her right. It is very noticeable in some photos, especially when she's laughing. This eye has more of an almond shape to it, and it is a bit smaller. These key features of her eyes are still intact throughout all these years. If she had undergone an upper blepharoplasty, it's likely, if not all, some of these asymmetries would have been addressed. Therefore, I don't think she had an upper blepharoplasty. As for her brows, I believe she has been getting Botox to lift them up. Therefore, her brows had noticeably high arcs at times, occasionally even looking unnatural, while the other times they appeared more relaxed in their natural position. I think it was around 2021 that she had a temporal brow lift to lift the tails of her brows. I believe it is a combination of other factors such as brow lift and eyelash lift, along with softer eye makeup and big contact lenses that beautifully accentuate her natural big eyes. By 2024, the asymmetry is still present. Her brows are still irregular and her eyes still look uneven, but they are less pronounced. If she has had any procedure, it might have been a subtle ptosis repair, potentially performed internally to hide the scars. The other procedure I believe she probably had is canthoplasty at some point to give a positive canthal tilt. It is very subtle and looks natural. Lip lift. Also around this time, it is likely she got a lip lift. This shortened the relative length of her upper lip as well as reduce the philtrum length. A philtrum is the part between the nose and the lip. Having a shorter philtrum is often considered a hallmark of beauty. As per the golden ratio, the ideal philtrum length for women is 11 to 13 mm. I think she went for a conservative approach, removing only a tiny amount of the tissue. This procedure gave a beautiful balance to her face. There are several types of lip lift. While they can enhance facial aesthetics, these surgeries carry the potential for complications such as scarring, altering the shape of the nostrils, and difficulty moving the lips even when speaking, etc. From this angle, you should be able to see an alar notching. She also has uneven nostrils with different orientations. She probably got it from the nostril narrowing surgery, also known as alarplasty. BBL surgery or Brazilian butt lift. Between 2020 to 2021, the popularity of BBL surgery surged across Asia. For those unfamiliar, a BBL is a surgery that involves transferring fat from other parts of the body using liposuction to enhance the hips and buttocks. It seems that Janhvi was drawn to this trend as well. Around mid 2021, she shared some photos on her social media. In these images, she appeared to be wearing hip pads to enhance her curves and create a more pronounced hourglass shape. However, it was obvious that the photos had been heavily edited to exaggerate the effect. In one image, you can even see distorted horizontal lines in the background, which is a telltale sign of photo manipulation. In another photo, you can see her wearing pads on her behind to add extra volume. The outline of the padding is very obvious. But by the end of 2021, it seems Janhvi decided to take the plunge and join the BBL trend for real. Now she's been sporting a significantly larger behind. Her hips looks wider too. I noticed that her new behind doesn't look proportionate to her thighs and legs. Breast augmentation. At the beginning of 2022, it appears that Janhvi underwent breast augmentation surgery. She seems to have gone for a fairly larger implant to complement her new body curvature. This transformation has been dramatic, shifting her image from the girl next door to a glamorous, voluptuous bombshell. Simply getting surgery is not enough. To maintain long-lasting effects, you must continue to work out consistently even after getting a BBL. And as we all know, Janhvi is passionate about her workouts. Let's look at these photos showcasing her incredible transformation from BBL and her dedication to fitness. After building up muscles, now her toned thighs match her new curves too. During this time, I noticed she's getting rid of her baby hairs too. She might also be experimenting with some wigs and using some darker pigment along the forehead that mimics her hair color. This is to give an illusion of a rounder hairline and a smaller forehead. Finished rhinoplasty. In mid-2022, it seems she underwent another nose job. This time, it was a subtle rhinoplasty where only her nose bridge was given a more defined and smoother appearance. Her nose looks much smaller now. Her nose contouring technique has improved as well. I love her makeup. It is rarely loud. She plays with softer tones and uses a lot of glowy highlighting makeup. The nostrils are still uneven. This looks like a finished rhinoplasty where her structures were preserved as much as possible to make only minor changes. The other important thing to note is that she pinches her nose in while taking photos. It's one of the tricks to make the nose appear smaller in the photos. Cosmetic dentistry. Janhvi has a beautiful smile. I think her smile is the most beautiful feature on her face after her eyes. You can see 8 teeth when she smiles. I love the size of her teeth, and it suited her really well. It seemed like they protruded out a tiny bit to give her a small degree of overbite. Due to their sizes and slight protrusion, they pushed her lower lips forward when she smiled a little. She has a small convex smile arc and her buccal corridors are medium, I would say. Her teeth are not too straight and they have tiny gaps between them. The gaps between her central and lateral incisors are quite noticeable. These gaps get bigger with time. I don't think she has much done to her teeth, just some whitening until the end of 2023. Then I can see a smile makeover to straighten her teeth and some veneers, especially to her central 2 incisors, which help to close the gaps between her teeth. Her smile still looks natural and beautiful. Lower blepharoplasty. By 2023, I see a lower blepharoplasty with possible canthoplasty, where her excess skin has been removed and tightened. There is a smooth transition from her lower eye to the cheek. Mid-face lift with cheek implants and a partial buccal fat removal. In 2024, I see Janhvi coming out with noticeable changes to her face. She looks very different with a more model-esque look. Her face appears comparatively smaller, with a very defined, strong jawline and chiseled, high cheekbone. I believe she had a mid-face lift, and her surgeon possibly placed a small cheek implant to give her that lifted, upswept appearance. This can be done endoscopically with keyhole incisions in the hairline, so the scars are not visible. In addition, she might also have a partial buccal fat removal. This reduced the cheek fullness and highlighted her cheekbones. Jawline contouring. In order to achieve a defined jawline, I think she had few procedures done. She might have undergone an orthodontic surgery to slim down the jaw, possibly combined with liposuction beneath the jawline for additional contouring. It's also likely she started getting routine Botox injection around late 2023 to reduce her masseter muscles. Masseter muscles are located at the back of the cheek area and along the lower jaw. It helps with chewing process. By shrinking them, Botox can create a more slender and refined facial appearance. Lastly, it appears she may have thick fillers strategically placed to further sculpt and enhance the jawline. The side effect of liposuction is that she now has some loose skin around her neck. Usually, it is recommended to perform a lower facelift with liposuction for people with excess skin. Ongoing maintenance, fillers, and neurotoxins. I see that she has been routinely getting neurotoxins and fillers for full face rejuvenation, as well as medical grade skin treatments, including glutathione. You'll see that sometimes she has no expression lines on her forehead. There are some nasolabial lines, but it is normal. So, overall, in my opinion, Janhvi has had the following procedures: nose job or rhinoplasty, skin treatments, including glutathione infusion, dermal fillers and neurotoxins, lip implant, hairline correction, brow lift and possible ptosis repair, lip lift, BBL surgery, breast augmentation, finished rhinoplasty, cosmetic dentistry, lower blepharoplasty, mid-face lift with cheek implants and a partial buccal fat removal, jawline contouring, and ongoing dermal fillers and neurotoxins. Nonetheless, I think she is one of the most beautiful actresses in Bollywood, and she also has a lovely personality to go with her beauty. So guys, tell me in the comment below, what do you think of her surgical journey?